100 naira ko. Estamba seko.
Assures CBN will not frustrate election, will make cash available. Welcome to another exciting edition of the program, Lagos This Morning. Today being the 8th of February 2023. We will be discussing about latest news updates in Lagos State and also across the Federation. I am Olajide Taufik Olamide.
I am Adeni Adiola. Welcome to Lagos This Morning.
All right, let's take a look at the headlines for the day. Why we are engaging MC Oluomo to distribute election materials. INEC. Ogun youth attack banks as protests escalate. Fuel scarcity will reduce next week. Mele Kyari assures Nigerians. Emefiele assures CBN will not frustrate election, will make cash available for INEC. ICPC finds 258 million naira stashed in bank head office, arrest managers. Naira fuel scarcity, elections will hold as planned, NSA. And the last one, the greatest decay of modern marriage today is the phone, UK-based Nigerian pastor says. All right, let's go straight into the details.
Why we are engaging MC Oluomo to distribute election materials, INEC. The INEC had said it has no option but to engage Lagos State Parks Management Committee, headed by Musiliu MC Oluomo Akisanya, a Lagos APC chieftain, to distribute election materials. Olusegun Agbaje, the INEC resident electoral commissioner in Lagos State, said this during the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security meeting at the INEC office on Tuesday in Lagos State. There is a ban on the NURTW and RETEAN. We are only left with the park management system and NATO, and we are also ready. And we are already working with NATO. However, Mr. Agbage said the commission was not concerned about Mr. Akisanya, a loyalist of APC presidential candidate Bola Tinubu.
Well. When I saw the updates yesterday, some people felt bad, and I think normally people would feel that way because MC Oluomo is a staunch loyalist of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, who is also a very big person in the APC. So taking a look at that, when you say that the parks management would be in charge of distributing sensitive INEC materials for this forthcoming election, that means the INEC in Lagos State here wouldn't be so open to the people like that. It means they are already taking sides. But if you look at it critically, who else would they have employed to actually distribute those materials? There's no one they would have employed that everyone wouldn't feel like they have actually favored one side or the other. Because even if you say you want to involve private motor firms, probably OKSIN and the likes, they will feel like, why don't you give it to someone else? So it will still bring about reactions from the people.
But MC Oluomo is like a loyalist of APC president candidate.
The REC, Lagos REC, Resident Electoral Commissioner, came out yesterday that they are giving this contract to the parks management, not MC Oluomo. But MC Oluomo is the head of the parks management. So
because some other parties might feel like they are trying to be like, I don't know,
to be as if the APC is ahead already. Because once the park management have these sensitive materials with them, there's no way other people wouldn't have access to these materials as
And I
well.
hope this won't lead to like probably riots or something like that.
Well, I don't think it will lead to any riots. But it just boil down to the INEC because they budgeted they budgeted millions of naira on logistics. So it's now looking as if they are not even prepared for the election. Because they should have sorted all these things out. The REC came out yesterday to say that they had no option than to use the parks management. But I believe there could have been other options. And also this the Lagos REC has been alleged to be a staunch loyalist of the APC. And then when you are in the INEC, you shouldn't be partisan. You should be non-partisan. You shouldn't belong to any political party.
Exactly.
But many people are calling him out that this man is for the APC, like they have seen him in APC gatherings. So why should INEC be using this man in Lagos State here?
All right, Ogun youths attack banks as protest escalates. Palpable fear have enveloped residents of the traders and traders of Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, as irate youths staged violent protests in many parts of the state capital. The protest started at Asero, Abeokuta on Tuesday by some customers of GT Bank over their inability to get new naira notes from the bank. The protesters who made bonfires on the road blocked the road that leads to Adaton and Osiele Ibadan during the protest. The development also escalated and spread to Adaton, Sakpo, Oke-Elewo, Lafenwa, among others. The State Commissioner of Police, Lanre Bankole, hurriedly raced to the scene to calm the situation, which forced the bank officials to suspend their service. The Abeokuta protest was bloody. It was so very, very bloody. Like, was it the police officer that were firing, like, shot at them or what?
I don't even understand. I don't even understand who actually shot that guy.
Bloody.
Well, a guy, I think the guy later died or something.
The guy died?
I don't know, but there was report that one person was shot dead. And we only saw that guy in the video that was shot, that was even trying to run, but he fell into the gutter or something.
Exactly.
People later assisted him, they tied up the wounded part. But I don't know, probably they later rushed him to the hospital to treat him. But majority of these protests, it has been alleged to be sponsored by politicians. Because during the fuel scarcity, there were no protests like this. During the ASU strike, we didn't see this protest escalating like this. Even during the COVID-19 pandemic, whereby they ordered palliatives, we didn't see this kind of protest. So why is it now that the new naira note is being, though the new naira note scarcity is eating people so very, very hard, and now POS guys are now taking advantage of it.
Big advantage.
The ones that are not taking advantage, they are not collecting, it's now looking as if they are collecting tight on the money. Because now it is 10%. For every 1,000, you pay 100 naira. For every 10,000, you pay 1,000 naira. For every 100,000, you pay 10,000 naira. And then if you go to places whereby they've taken advantage of this thing, it's about 20% of the money. For every 1,000, it is 200. They are not even considering anything, but they are making sure that they take full advantage of these things. So it is understandable from the Nigerian's perspective, because I am also a victim as well. You have money in your bank, but you don't have cash.
Exactly.
You don't have cash, and even if you try to use the USSD or the bank apps, it's just something else.
Not going at all.
But it is believed out there that this is just like a ploy to disrupt the election or something, just to get the people angry, so they would go out there and protest and damage things, and they will end up saying that they don't want election. Wike, I saw a report from Wike where he said that people shouldn't go out there to protest. They should endure this time till the end of the election, because there is a plan, according to what he said. So there is a plan to provoke the people so they would get angry, go out there and protest and damage things, whereby the election won't hold, so they would use a caretaker committee for the presidency. So I think everyone out there should...
Wike said that.
I saw the report this morning.
Wow.
So I think
That's
everyone
amazing.
out there should just try as much as possible to be patient.
Exactly.
Let's be patient. We've withstood so many wrong things, even other than this one. During the COVID-19, so something else. We have to come out to even protect ourselves from all these 1 million boys. So many things. you know, the naira depreciation, what was it called? There was a time whereby they banned cryptocurrency, they banned Twitter, and then we survived it. And this thing, I believe that by the Mele Kyari came out to say that by next week there would be fuel. But even if there is fuel and there is no money to buy the fuel, it's another problem.
Another problem, a big one.
And we have just about 18 days to the election now. I just hope that if the people can actually endure the remaining 18 days to 20 days, or let's just say the end of this month. Because after the election, I don't see any reason why banks should be ordering the naira notes.
Mm-hmm.
Because now I feel personally like these banks ordering these naira notes are waiting for some bigwigs, some elite or some politicians to, you know, buy those new naira notes from them so they can make cool cash during this election. So by the time the election finishes, who would you want to sell the new note to? You have no option than to sell it to your customers. Because now they're not frustrating their customers, but Nigerians out there should just find a way to endure this situation now till the end of this month,
Because
according to what
if they are not going to endure, because what happened in Abeokuta yesterday was too bloody.
it was just something
too,
else.
Too much,
They actually destroyed the bank in Shakmo area. It started around, it even got to Omida, Pansheke, a lot of places there.
That is well. Fuel scarcity will reduce next week, Kyari assures Nigerians. The Group Chief Executive Officer, Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited, Mele Kyari, has assured Nigerians that the lingering fuel scarcity will ease off next week. Kyari said this in a video clip shown on the channel's television on Tuesday evening. He, however, said he could not assure that the queues at his fuel station will disappear, but added that there will be significant improvements in the next 1 week. The fuel scarcity coupled with the scarcity of both the new and old naira notes have brought untold hardship on citizens, crippling economic activities across the country.
Well,
so he's not sure if there will be improvements.
yes, he said
But
there will
the
be
queues
improvement.
will still be there.
It's not as if the queue would disappear, but the queue will reduce. If it is a queue of about 200 people before, maybe it will reduce to about 35.
Okay.
If it's promising people that the queues will disappear, I think that is just unrealistic, because you can't just do everything at once. It should be a gradual process. So I believe that the fuel should be available by next week because of the movement of the election materials. Because if those vehicles that will be moving those materials, if they don't get fuel, then there would be problem. So there should be petrol, there should be fuel by next week. So the movement of the electoral materials
It'll be very easy.
would be easy. It would be easy. There should be fuel, because right now the electricity is not even stable. It's just like on and off. And if there is no fuel as well now to, you know, back up the electricity, then there will be issues as well. Because now there is scarcity of the new naira note, even the new and the old naira note. Because I thought of something. They renewed the 200 naira, 500 naira, and 1,000 naira. Where is our 100 naira note?
I don't know.
Nowhere to be found. Where is the 50 naira note? Nowhere to be found. So even if they are not giving out this 1,000 or 500 or 200 naira notes, they should have excess of the 100 naira notes and give it out. Even if it is big, even if it is voluptuous in people's pocket or something, they will still accept it because at least they are still spending something. But when you have money in your account and you don't have money in your hand, or you want to collect 10,000 naira and they ask you to pay 3,000 naira, you will just feel somehow. You will get angry. There's no way you won't get angry. Something you used to withdraw before for about 200 naira, now say you should pay 3K. No, it's just something else. I just hope they would find solution to everything, like ASAP.
All right. Emefiele assures CBN will not frustrate election, make cash available for INEC. The governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, has assured that the Naira redesign policy will not affect the 2023 general election. According to him, the Apex Bank is committed to providing all the needed cash and logistics towards ensuring free general elections in the country. Emefiele gave the assurance during a meeting with the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu. It should vote for, please, so that there won't be any protest again.
Okay.
There should be increase of the new naira notes in the country. Because if these things should probably proceed to probably 15 of this month, there will be more protests.
Well,
Nigerians, I don't think Nigerians are that patient anymore. You don't know what it is to have money in your banks and you can't have access to them. You can't withdraw. Even if you want to withdraw, the POS guys charge like
exorbitant price.
That's too much.
Yeah.
So I'm not. If this thing should persist till probably 15th of this month, there will be problem. Should you see the protest that you are seeing? Is Lagos protest that will be too much?
I don't think there will be protests in Lagos.
Are you sure?
No, Lagos State has more, we like to say, civilized people and people who kind of understand what is going on.
Okay, those civilized people are not going through anything.
It's not as if they are not going through anything, but you know, the politicians would always try to use you, and they would use you based on your anger. They would trigger you. They will make you angry, and when you're angry, you won't be able to think straight. You won't feel as if they are using you. You feel like you are fighting for your rights, but it's a big lie. Because during the pandemic, when they ordered palliative, had it been the people got angry then, started protesting and the likes, they will still be able to even tag them as something else. Those people that actually disrupted activities in Abeokuta yesterday, that protested and destroyed banks, if it was not the new Naira note issue, they would have tagged them as something else. Maybe terrorists or hoodlums. Why didn't they call them hoodlums? So now they are youth. They are not hoodlums. See, when politicians are using them, angry youth, when they are using them, they call them angry youth. But when they are not using them, they call them hoodlums. And they will bring out police officers to start arresting people. How many of them have they arrested? So now I believe that most people here around Lagos, they kind of see through the games that our government are playing. It's just a ploy to distract activities of the election and to distract Nigerians as well. I think it's also a ploy to fight against this present government and the APC aspiring to be the president. I think so. Because now if people are angry now, they take the anger to the polls, they wouldn't want to listen to anything that is about APC. So I think it's a political stuff. If you are able to read through and see everything inside, someone like me wouldn't go outside to protest, because I know for sure that after the election, everything will go back to normal, regardless of who wins, either Bola Tinubu, Atiku, Peter Obi, or someone else. Regardless of who wins, everything will go back to normal. So I think the problem the government is making now, the mistake our government is making now is that they are not communicating with the people.
Yeah, they are not communicating. And I think the meeting the Senate people are having, they are only having that meeting that will benefit themselves.
Of course.
So they are not even communicating with the people.
They are only chasing their interest. I think by now, President Muhammadu Buhari or Emefiele should be communicating with the people constantly. Like, give them a breakdown of why the policy should be out there. Communicate to them in a layman's language that an average Nigerian would be able to understand. Maybe you should assure them that this thing is just to make the election a level playing ground for everybody, and not to give anybody. And by this time, you can say after the election, by the end of this month, you will see more new Naira notes, everything will go back to normal. Then people will have it at the back of their mind that, okay, today is 8, then that means, okay, we'll have to endure to the end of this month. Okay. That means by next month, we'll have
tomorrow is actually
surplus
9.
Naira notes. Tomorrow is 9.
Then 10.
Yeah.
Because it's February 10 that the deadline was extended to.
Yes. So by February 10, they wouldn't. Okay, you can still take your old note to the bank. By February 10, but it will.
But we are not so sure if there will be flow of the new Naira notes after February 10.
See, even after February, I feel like after February 10, if we don't have excess of the new Naira notes, people will still be trading with the new Naira notes. There's no way. Because, okay, let's say you have a store now, you have a supermarket, and people are coming to you with old Naira notes. You say you won't sell to them. And you know that when you take this old Naira note to the bank, they will collect it and change it for you. So people will still keep trading with this old Naira note until there's excess of the new Naira note. So I just feel like the government should communicate with the people. The communication gap is too wide. It's too much. Communicate with the people. Peter Obi of Labour Party, he has been really communicating with the masses. I think he should be commended for that. Though, he's aspiring to be the president, so it's just normal to communicate with the people. But they should communicate. You can go online, offline, you can go live, do so many things. Communicate with the people, explain to the masses why the policy should stand. Tell them by so time, you would start feeling the benefits of this policy. So they would register it in their mind. But if we just let this thing keep going like this, people will get more angry. And the what's it called? The people that are instigating the protesters will keep on instigating them
For their own
because
joy.
they have access to those
Exactly.
protesters. They communicated to them. That made them to get angry. Then they go out there to destroy things. If you get there first,
Before
like
them.
just you guys should just please calm down. We understand what you are going through. By the end of this month, you would start reaping the benefit of this policy. This policy is meant to do so, and so. Anybody would understand. I don't think there will be protests after, by that time. There will not be protests.
All right, ICPC finds 258 million naira stashed in bank head office arrest managers. The Independent National, the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission has confirmed the discovery. Good
morning, viewers. You're welcome to another exciting edition of the program, Lagos This Morning. Today being the 8th of February 2023. We will be discussing about latest news updates in Lagos State and also across the Federation. I am Olajide Taufik Olamide.
I am Adeni Adela. Welcome to Lagos This Morning.
All right, let's take a look at the headlines for the day. Why we are engaging. Good morning, viewers. You're welcome to another exciting edition of the program, Lagos This.
New notes.
Well,
258 million naira of stashed money in the head office of a bank in Abuja. The operation was part of effort to get the institution to comply with the Central Bank of Nigeria directive on the distribution of the designed naira notes. An ICPC monitoring team visited the bank and discovered new notes in the vault, according to a Tuesday night statement. Investigation revealed that only 5 million naira cash was distributed to various branches. The ICPC also arrested the head of operations at a bank in Maraba, in Nasarawa State, for frustrating customers seeking new notes.
well,
The central bank gave them 5 million naira, 5 million naira like to distribute to customers, but they have 258 million naira of the new naira notes in the vault.
no, I think at their head office, they have this 258 million. So they distributed only for 5 million naira to their branches. So there's no way they won't, people won't collect 5 million naira in a day now. They'll collect more than. There will be people who wants to withdraw 200,000 naira at a go. So how can you just put 5 million naira in your ATM machine? With less than 1 hour, it will get exhausted. So I think now what the government should do, this is what they should do. Make sure you clamp down on those banks that has ordered the new naira notes.
Why are they holding the new naira?
Now, if they don't want to put it in their ATM, assist them. Load their ATMs with this money. If it is possible, load all their ATMs. Tell people to come and withdraw. And they should be penalized as well. They should be penalized. I think the apex body of CBN should have access to be able to sack any bank manager. Even regardless Good morning, of
viewers.
the owner
Welcome
of
to
another exciting edition edition
of
of
the
the
program.
program.
Lagos
Because you
This
can't
Morning,
hold
today being the
258
8th of
in
February
your vault.
2023.
Then people are
We will be
outside
discussing
there
about
trying to
latest
destroy
news
your
update
bank.
in Lagos State and also
What kind of
across
message are you passing
the
to the
Federation?
people?
I am
And
Olajide
after the election,
Taofik
you now come
Olamide.
back to the people. And by then, you now see some of the
Alright, let's take
agents
a look
coming
at
into
the
the streets to
headlines
tell you,
for
okay,
today.
come and open a bank account.
Why
and the
we are
likes.
engaging
And
MC
people won't get angry
Oluomo
at
to
them.
distribute
That's when we
election
needed this money.
materials.
Where were you?
INEC.
I just feel there is this
Ogun
particular
Youth
bank that
attack.
they should just probably focus on decorations.
Who's that?
That's Zenith Bank.
Zenith Bank has really had so many issues
Even
with people now.
even before this issue of new naira note, they have always been like that.
Yes.
So I don't know. So this naira, this new naira note not coming in now. Put money in their bank and then
The money will disappear.
The money will disappear without any traces.
Yeah.
So now they have an issue now. Even my own bank, Sterling Bank, very annoying bank. I wanted to go and do. I bought something like, okay, let me do transfer. I can't do transfer. I can't do anything. So the person beside me now asked me that, what bank do you access? Tell me that. Just forget about it.
Oh my goodness.
Can you imagine?
Suppose the law.
So the person that is actually using UBA, ours is not going, but our bank app is open.
Yes,
My own,
the bank app is going.
Nothing is even open. Nothing is going at all. And most of this, and even if we can't withdraw money, why is like transfer not going?
Well, I think it's just
Recovery of 258 million naira of stashed money in the head office of a bank in Abuja. The operation was part of effort to get the institution to comply with the Central Bank of Nigeria directive on the distribution of the resigned naira notes. An ICPC monitoring team visited the bank and discovered new notes in the vault, according to a Tuesday night statement. Investigation revealed that 258.
I think the new naira note now is really causing a lot of issue due to the fact that it's not out there. But our banks as well, if we are crying out to the government that they are doing something bad to us, we are also doing ourselves. Imagine all these bank managers, they've ordered this money, whereby their extended families are out there crying for this money. And we too, the POS guys, have actually charged exorbitant prices for the people. So we ourselves, we have a big problem. But the main problem is on the government. Why? Because where there is no law, there will be no sin. Where you can't hold the head accountable, you can never hold the body accountable. There is no law. There's no law at all. You notice there was a time whereby the IG of police was sentenced that they should actually arrest him or something like that. He didn't go to anywhere.
He said he's not going to any prison.
He didn't go to any prison or something. We've seen series of situations whereby the justice system of Nigeria has just, I can't say it has failed, but it is not doing up to the expectations of Nigerians. So if other people can go scot-free, then people feel like, if our leaders can do this thing, then I can do it as well. By now, they should have arrested so many POS operators. And if Nigeria had law, if Nigeria had a strong law, there is no POS operator that would try.
The law is only of benefit
to the elite.
To the elite.
Yeah.
Not to the masses.
It's against the masses.
The law is against the masses. Because even sometimes it doesn't work for the elite if you are not like.
You're not too strong.
If you're not too strong. Like Bolanle Rahim now, I think the case is done already. He's dead.
He's not really dead, but they are still investigating.
What are
I don't know what they are actually investigating there, but that's what they will say.
I don't know what they are investigating. They said, the report I saw, they were like, that it was after they heard a gunshot, that the man was not holding a gun. The police officer was not holding a gun. How?
I don't pray to be in that kind of situation, but if it were, it would never be me. But I just advise that even dragging that case to court is a big mistake.
Big one.
I think that's why Ibrahim's this guy, Gafar Ibrahim's family, they just decided to die down the case because this is Nigeria. Someone shot a gun at another person, a police officer for that matter. You now take the matter to the court. It's not as if this person has denied that, no, I didn't shoot. There were so many people there. The lady's husband was there. He saw everything. It's just normal in the court of law until the judge, until they prove you guilty beyond reasonable doubt. They would say you are not guilty. If you say you are guilty, then the case is closed. So the lady's husband was there. Her family members were there. You shot this person, and you are saying you're not guilty. And they are now trying to, do so many hanky-panky games. So it just boiled down to the government. If the people are doing things that are lawless, they are doing anyhow, it is because they are seeing their leaders doing it. If our leaders are being held accountable, I'll say it again, nobody, no POS operator would ever try to do it, or no bank manager. Just imagine a country like China, whereby you can't even steal as a public office holder. If you steal, you are gone. You are gone immediately. You would be hanged. It's just death by hanging. But in Nigeria, I think Africa in general, we celebrate people who actually have stolen our nation's wealth or something. There is no even law. There is nothing that would happen to them. There's nothing that will happen to them. Some people are just bigger than the law. So if there is law
I
standing,
heard someone saying some certain people can be arrested in Nigeria.
of course,
Why
Nafem
is it
Falana
like
said it
that?
that some certain people can never be arrested.
Why is it like
It's
that?
because they are bigger than the law. They have the police.
Why should they be bigger than the law?
It's because we have stronger politicians and weaker institutions.
Should the law be in favor of strong people or stronger people?
It's because they've actually, had these people in their
Manipulated
pocket.
everything.
They have them in their pocket. They have enormous wealth whereby they can control, they can do and undo. There's nothing that they say that wouldn't come
God
to
should
pass.
just come and take everybody soon. All right, the next one. Naira fuel scarcity elections we hold as planned, NSA. Amid fears that a lingering fuel scarcity and Naira redesign policy, which has led to a scarcity of currency notes and chaotic situations in banks across the country, we have been orchestrated to scuttle the forthcoming general election. The federal government yesterday dismissed such insinuations, expressing its commitment to the conduct of the polls. The National Security Advisor, Major General Babangana Monguno, retired, who said this when he met with the chairman of INEC, service chiefs, and Inspector General of Police, IGP Usman Baba Akali, in Abuja yesterday, said the federal government had put in place measures to ensure a peaceful election.
Well. There are still fears out there that there are things that would actually truncate the elections, and one of them is security. If there is no enough security on that election day, I don't think there will be anything like a free and fair
like
election.
we have been saying, they should not use police officers. They should use.
They would make use of police officers. They will use the civil defense. They will use a lot of security forces altogether. But there should be military men there as well.
Exactly, more military men.
And then there should be protection for all presiding officers. If there is no protection from them, like military protection, I think you are only deceiving ourselves. There would be overvoting. It's not as if I'm predicting, it is the reality. Because those people would be persuaded by some party loyalists and also some party agents. They will be persuaded. If they are not persuaded, they will be threatened. If they are not threatened, they would, what's it called? They would try to buy them over. But if they have security beside them, it's the two-way thing. It's either they want to do it, but the security guy beside them, they know they can't do it with the security guy, so their hands will be tied. And even if they don't want to do it and those guys are persuading them, the security guy that's with them would make sure that nothing happens to them. But when they don't feel safe, I heard of some presiding officer in some elections that has gone in the past, saying that some people will come to you, they won't do accreditation, but they will tell you they want to vote. And there's no way you can tell them that they shouldn't vote because you don't want problem. Just tell them, don't worry, just vote. You vote and carry yourself away. That is how overvoting comes into play. So there should be adequate security for those guys, for those ad hoc staffs. If there's no adequate security, man, it's a law.
Yeah, go on. All right, on the last one, the greatest decay of modern marriage today is the phone. UK-based Nigerian pastor says. UK-based Nigerian pastor, Prophet Tomi Arayomi, has said that the phone is the greatest cause of decay in modern marriages. He said, the greatest decay of modern marriage today is not adultery, it is the phone. If we could give our spouses as much touch as we give our phones, our marriages would be healthier.
Yeah. We agree with him.
I'm not married.
No, now you were intending to get married, so it's also a matter of concern to you.
Like, okay, he said, if we could give our spouses as much touch as we give our friends, our marriages would be healthier. Probably the attention we give to our phone.
Exactly.
We should dedicate that attention also to our spouses. That's true.
Yeah.
In as much we can press our phone like every little time, every minute, every second, we should also dedicate that time to our partner as well. That's true. That's true. I support that man. I know you don't support him, but me, I support him.
No, I actually support him,
I'm not going to support him.
Of course now. Can you do without your phone?
Calm down. I'm just trying to imagine how you're going to dedicate your time. So you having many wives. No, you're going to have many wives.
How do you know?
No, they are my witness.
No.
You said it. Calm down.
Because I said it.
You said you want to be like Solomon, your role model.
Okay.
So you're going to have as many wives as possible.
Male alone, we.
So you're going to have many wives as much as possible. So now, how are you going to dedicate? You have, how many phones do you have?
Calm down. How many phones do you have?
I have just one phone. So that should tell you a lot.
You have just one phone.
Yes.
So you have just one phone. How are you going to distribute all your time and attention to many wives?
With the fact that I said it does not mean I would do it. I might just be saying it on cruise. So there's just one thing about it. But I just think, have you been able to do away with your phone before?
It's not possible.
For like 24 hours?
I will die. I will not die, but I'll be depressed.
You cannot die.
I won't die, but I'll be depressed.
You won't be depressed.
I'll be depressed.
You will find another means to make yourself happy. And I think when you actually find another means,
will be there.
I think the happiness in the phone is just artificial. It's just like using, what's it called? It's just like...
It is not artificial. Like, you don't know, like...
Do you know why I would tell you that it's artificial? You see, in public gatherings now, you will notice that many people would sit down. You can have 100 people here. They are communicating, but they are not interacting. Someone you left at home, you will still hold your phone and still continue to chat with that person instead of you to interact with those people you're surrounding. One thing I always think that I can't do without network, without browsing network, and without my phone, until I went to a particular place in Cross River State to serve. That was when I realized that data is not life. Do you see that data is life? Data is not life. That is just an advertising technique. It's just a kind of payoff line whereby it would attract people's attention. When you are here, you can see data is life. Even if you have business you are doing with data, data is not life. It is interconnectivity with people in real life that is life. Then, when I got there, I was like, okay, God, these people, they don't even have browsing network at all. Like, how can I even survive in this place? I was like, this place go out, I won't relocate like this. So I just thought, like, if it's just 11 months, I would be fine. First month, I was missing the network. Second month, it was somehow like, I would have gotten too many messages and the likes. By the time I got to the third month, I forgot about my phone. You know, there is this kind of natural feeling, there's this kind of joy in leaving your phone aside and interacting with random people.
Olamide, if you have like something so very important you want to do on your
there
phone.
is nothing so very important.
And that's why you just neglected the phone like that.
It's not as if I don't have important things.
This is it. That means if your spouse is not important to you, you will neglect the spouse.
No, what I'm saying now is that you should be able to do away with your phone. If you are not able to do away with your phone, there is no way you will be able to give that attention to your spouse. The attention cannot be shared. I saw a particular video in a marriage setting. The wife was about to cut the cake. The husband was sitting down pressing his phone. Pressing his phone. Just imagine. So if you cannot leave your phone, there's no way you can give the attention to either your wife or your husband or your boyfriend or your girlfriend. So someone like me that can do away with my phone, you can just keep my phone for, okay, if I want to make calls, if I have calls, okay, no problem. I can off my data for 48 hours, for 72 hours. Nothing will move me, nothing will shake me.
That's because you don't have a girlfriend.
It's not because I don't have a girlfriend. I have call card to call now, Abba. And I can tell her to come over and we'll sit down and talk. So, see, there's this kind of natural feeling.
Admitting that you have a girlfriend.
I didn't say I have a girlfriend. You said so you can. It's an assumption.
Somebody, I swear to God.
I'm not a tricky person, but I just feel like I think everyone should actually experience that kind of thing. Whereby you just go out, leave your phone at home. Go to a place whereby you would meet random people. Just strike a conversation with someone. See, you would always love to do it again. You won't regret it at all. See all those people that are messaging you, they are just there. They are not new. Something you've discussed over the years, you now go back and rediscuss, go front and back. Just go out. I used to have that kind of plan. Like, I'll just go out there without even knowing where I'm going to. I'll just go to a particular setting. I don't know anybody there. Strike a conversation with either 1, 2, 3 people. You will know that kind of friendship, it would last. Even it will make sense. Because I met so many amazing people there. I didn't mean I was with my phone. I was just stay indoors and be chatting with people I already know. But I went to so many places. Without my phone, I didn't have browsing network. And there's no way you could have been. Even there was a time that the call network went off. The man who had the MTN people had issue with the man who had the mast in his compound. He said they breached his contract. Like they still, when they actually wanted to install the mast in his compound, he said after 5 or 6 years they would renegotiate the amount of money they would pay. But those people didn't want to negotiate. The man off the whole network. the whole community didn't have network for like 3 weeks. It was then, it is then you would know the essence of interacting with people. You will now know that your phone is just a pure distraction. If it's not making money for you, it is distracting you. If it is not your office, then it will give you the other thing. So if you can't do away with your phone, there's no way you can do with your partner. There's no way. You should be able to leave your phone. You should be able to fast, like online fasting. Like for this 1 week, I'm not even going online. Okay. If the sky wants to fall, let it fall. It was now then, and I realized that there are some people that it is because they are seeing you online. That's why you are seeing their message. Go offline. If they call you, then they are your true friends. If they call you like, I've not been seeing you for a while now, what's going on? Then those people have you in their mind. But most people are just messaging you because probably they see your status. Okay, you posted something today, say, fine girl, my runaway girlfriend, something like that. You think they care about it. It's a lie, they don't care. It is that time you will cherish your family. Okay. Those times that network went off for like 3 months, it was only my clique, like my immediate clique of friends and my family. That once the network came back and I tried to call them, and I said, I've been trying to call your number, what's going on, what's wrong? They were worried. But other ones that were just catching cruise on, they didn't call. So just shift back a little bit. You will know the ones that are special to you. You can, well, I don't think you can, because you said you can't survive without data now.
No, I'll try it.
No, data is life to you.
Data is life, but I'll try it. I want to know my true friends.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Okay, don't worry. I can't call you because I'm not your friend. I'm your enemy. Okay, we've come to the end of the program today. All right, so we've talked about so many things. We've discussed about so many political stuffs, about the election, about fuel scarcity, and also the scarcity of the new Naira note. And also, the pastor, a UK-based Nigerian pastor, coming out to say that the phone is a big distraction to people in marriages and also in relationship. All right, so you can like, share, and subscribe to Flip TV for more updates. You can also drop your comment. Smash the like button.
I would actually like us to pray for Turkey and Syria. They are going through a lot this time. Like about 4,000, more than 4,000 people have died.
Wow.
From earthquake in Turkey and Syria. Like it's really, really devastating. I hope God will intervene because it's actually getting. Someone said when I was talking about this, someone said better pray for Nigeria. I was like, if we should experience what Turkey is currently experiencing, we are not going to survive in Nigeria, which is the truth. But Turkey, they will still probably find a way to come around it. I guess hope God will, like something will be done and God should intervene. Please let's pray for Turkey and Syria.
Yeah, and other countries should also come up with financial, assistance for them as well. All right. So we've come to the end of the show. You can do well to join Christian Chukwu on the next program. Bystanders. Still will come your way again tomorrow for another exciting edition of the program, Lagos This Morning. Stay safe.
Bye.
100 naira, Estambaseku.